final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Cardinals and the Barons under the lights on Monday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Arizona Cardinals and the Brooklyn Barons. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at Week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Brooklyn. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
Right to the air. Here's Murray. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Cardinal first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But you know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their first drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive coordinator, because that's all he's preached all week long. Keep him hemmed in. Don't let him get into the open field and create big plays with his feet. To get him down in the pocket early, that's got to feel great for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Screen pass to Connor. They'll line up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact of the next-gen stats. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing: get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for James Conner. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray going to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Murray now. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A 6-yard pickup.
On second down and 4, Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Here's Wilson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and the pressure gets to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Wilson. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one open downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd and 2, Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got Rome. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 53 yards. And the Cardinals put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you want the final metric on his top speed, and trust me, you do, Next Gen Stats says he hit 22.4 miles an hour. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
All again on second down.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Wilson to throw.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
2nd and 8 coming up. Play action. Now it's Murray. Finding Ertz again. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Here's Connor on a read option. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's Murray. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Connor going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Brown ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cards go up by 2 touchdowns. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Straight ahead is Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He was taken down behind the
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Wilson. Completes it to Davis. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This is taken at the 23. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense.
And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Open man is Uzama.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing is Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Murray giving to Connor on the draw.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. .42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
Darryl Worley up to make the tackle.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Paul on a give up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Paul again on 2nd down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
It's 3rd down and 12.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're not panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. It moves right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now it's Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. On 2nd and goal, Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Elijah Moore from 4 yards out. And the Barons have cut it back within a score. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit hot.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Murray. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And the assortment of sacks in this game, this one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball, doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And this one too low. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And it worked his way across the 30 to the 32. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done. That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony. in sync and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's a give to Hall. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Darryl Worley. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 21-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But these guys got to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Hall again on 2nd down. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Going all reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You gotta try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Connection made to Ruckert. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
To Jeremy Ruckert. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They go play action now. Wilson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Wilson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That pass complete to Moore. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Going deep for Hopkins, and that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Murray. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Murray again. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray hurts over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Finding Ertz again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 35 on 2nd down. Murray over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A rare misstep on that last play, because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Murray now to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Murray going to throw. And he's got it. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. With they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run here with Connor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Again, it'll be Connor. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And this time he is in. Yes. James Conner taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just 1 play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Blankenship out for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And what a great call defensively there because they decided to bring pressure off the corner. And a lot of times, those big linemen, they can't account for the speed of a defensive back. And that time, he made a beeline right for the quarterback and got it. The cat blitz, tough to defend.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 4. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another carry now for Madison. Down right around the 25. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Eluding the pressure right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Alexander Madison taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Baker. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A gain of 6. And a Brooklyn.
Baker to throw. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete. To throw is Baker. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Baker's pass complete to number 19. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
They'll look to throw again. And able to connect with Berrios. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back to throw again. Throw over the middle, he's got Ruckert. Touchdown! Jeremy Ruckert from 8 yards out. And the Barons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
2nd and 2. Incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, It's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. They'll go Madison up the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 78 yards here for Madison. He's got a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Alexander Madison, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cardinals are in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here's Brooklyn once again going offense. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man is Denzel Mims.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. 2nd and 3. That's a screen play here for Carter. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
3rd down.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.